20. We're working backwards, okay? So we are decently good. Some of you need to work on your calculator skills and we'll get you there. But we're decently good at saying, like, if I have a cone, right? If I have a cone here and the radius is, give me a number.
13.
5.
46.
And the height is 13. AJ, I don't want to deal with giant numbers, okay? I can calculate the volume, right? Because the volume is equal to 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height. And I'm writing down the formula so I make sure I have it solid. So, and then I substitute in. So the volume is equal to 1/3. Oh, let's pull some popsicle sticks.
Not mine, please.
Marcel, what's pi? 3.14. It's also a tasty pastry, but today it's 3.14. Peyton, what's the radius here? 5. Oh, and it's centimeters. No naked numbers. Times 5 squared times the height. Jacob, what's the height?
13.
Times 13. And we pop this guy into our calculator. Our calculator spits out the answer. And we say, it's whatever many cubic centimeters. And we're happy. And we go on with our lives, right? Yes, Braddock.
The answer.
The answer. Are you going to tell me the answer?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
340.16.
340.16 cubic centimeters. So if I had
Cubic centimeters?
if I had an ice cream cone this size and I just filled up the ice cream cone with
Dude,
ice cream
you
and
got
I
your
didn't
codes in square centimeters. What was it, cubic centimeters?
well, you're filling it up. Volume is cubic centimeters because you fill it up. If I'm painting the ice cream cone with chocolate, I need to know how many square centimeters of chocolate. If I'm filling it up with ice cream, I need to know how many cubic centimeters of ice cream. So if I had a giant cone, this would actually be, I guess it wouldn't be too big. If I had an ice cream cone that size and I filled it up, I'd put in 340.16 cubic centimeters of ice cream, okay?
That'd be.
So what if you didn't have the height then?
Yeah, how do you.
And we
Right, so
If you
we're
have
gonna go
volume.
backwards. We're gonna go backwards, okay?
I have the answer, just.
So, we've got a cone. Starting with a cone, because I feel like starting with a cone. We're going to do all 3. So, this time, I have the height, and the height equals, no, I'll start with the radius. I have the radius equals 5, and I'm going to say that the volume equals, okay, give me a big number on this one.
845.
That's the thing.
The volume equals 84 cubic centimeters.
Uh-oh.
And the question is, what's the height? Can we do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as we know as long as we only need one variable, we can figure anything out because algebra, okay? And we can do algebra.
Pre-algebra,
So
though.
I'm gonna, still algebra.
That's a form.
I have exactly 0 understanding why they call it pre-algebra because it is totally 100% algebra. I don't know. Anyway, so
For pre-
the volume is equal to 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height.
I think
Okay.
I might know why.
I'm going to substitute in, oh, this is 5 inches, okay? Oh, centimeters. I have centimeters up there. I do need to be consistent. Okay. Do I know the volume this time?
Yes.
This time I know the volume is 84.
Yeah.
1/3 is still 1/3. Pi is 3.14. Do I know the radius?
Yeah.
Yes.
So times 5 squared. Do I know the height?
No.
No. Well, that's a problem. Okay. Can I solve this?
Yes.
Maybe you divide and swap height and volume places.
First, no, we can't just be swapping places. We can't. But let's simplify all these numbers so that we have one number instead of a bunch. Okay? I'm gonna do 1/3, so we have 84 equals. Now, make sure when you're doing these that you don't lose the 2 halves of your equation. So we have the 84 equals, well, what does 84 equal? It equals 1/3, so I do 1 divided by 3, times 3.14, times 5 squared, which is 25. So that is 26.1, and then I have a 6, and I have a line over it, because that 6 goes on forever, times the height.
Actually, no, it doesn't go on forever.
Yeah, it does.
It goes 4 6s, then a 2.
Nope,
Kind of.
not on my
This is
calculator. All I did, AJ, is I took all these numbers and I multiplied them together, and that's what they equal.
Which, except you didn't
1/3 times 3.14 times 5 squared is 26.16 with a line over it. Okay, let me double check since Braddock and I got different numbers. 1 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 25. 26.1 and then a 6 with a line over it. So I don't know what you did, Braddock. Did you do 1 divided by 3 or did you do 0.3 forever?
I owe 1 divided by 3.
Huh, I don't know. So,
Yeah, my calculator still says 161166621666662.
I don't know. Mine says
What do we do
different.
after that?
Anyway, let's go back to something a little bit easier. If I have 16 equals 2x, how do I solve for x? How do I figure out what x equals?
Whatever.
8
How did you figure that out, AJ?
times it by a number.
Because it's what times x equals 16.
2 times
So what we have is what times 26.16 equals 84. Remember when I said there's going to come a point where you can't do stuff in your head? Well, here we are. I can't do this in my head. AJ could totally do that in his head and go, AJ, we can't do this one in our head anymore. So what we need to do is we undo the math that's there to get this variable alone. I have 2 times x. What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
Division. So to make it go away, I divide by 2. But if it's an equal sign, if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. Let me teach you something. I have to do it, or else it will be crap. Okay? If you don't do it, it will be crap. So those cancel. So I get 16 divided by 2, 8 equals x, which AJ totally did in his head before. But there comes a point where we can't do the math in our head anymore. I can't look at this. I have no idea what times 2.26.16 to infinity times,
It's.
I don't know what multiplied by that equals 84. I don't know. Like, do you guys know? I can't do this in my head. So, but now I'm going to divide both sides by 26.16. Now, am I just going to type in 16 in my calculator and be done with it? I'm going to type in 16666666666 till I can't type anymore so that I don't have that rounding error. So I'm going to divide this by 26. Yes, AJ?
I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.5.
I don't know. Let's find out. Those cancel. And it is not 3.5. H equals 3.21. 3.21 what?
Centimeters.
Centimeters, because we started with centimeters.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
quite easy.
It's easy if you're careful about it. It's hard if you're not careful about it, because it's easy to make a mistake. Let's do one though. I want to do one.
Number 3. That's called.
We're gonna do one of every variety on the board here.
That's why I said F.
So I'm gonna do a cone now where I don't know the radius, but I do know the height. Give me a number.
26.
26. What do I want my volume to be?
845.
Okay, so my volume is 8,453 cubic inches, and my height of my cone is 26 inches, okay? Can I figure out what the radius is? I don't know the radius. This one's gonna be a little bit trickier, but you guys can do it, okay? So, what's the formula? I'm gonna draw a stick. That's easy. Alyssa, what's the formula for the volume of a cone?
It's 1/3 pi r squared times height.
Okay. Do I know the volume? Yes. 8,453 equals 1/3 times pi. Do I know the radius?
No.
No. Times the radius squared. Do I know the height?
Yeah.
Times 26. Okay. So we're going to simplify this. 8,453 just comes along for the ride. Can I multiply all these numbers? Does the 26 have to be next to the 1/3 and the pi for me to multiply them? No, they're all just multiplied together, and it doesn't matter what order they come in. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 3 times 3.14 times 26. And I'm going to get 27.213, and then the 3 repeats times the radius squared.
What? I got 3329.
There is no way that 1/3 times pi times 26, because 1/3 times pi is going to be just a teeny bit bigger than 1. Because pi is 3.14. So 3.14 divided by 3 is going to be just a smidge bigger than 1. So that times 26 is going to be a smidge bigger than 26, which is 27.213. Mine passes the doesn't make sense test.
Well, mine says 27.21339.
Oh, 29. I don't know what is going on with your calculator over
My
there.
calculator must be broken.
Are you using the pi button or are you using 3.14?
I'm using 3.14 because this one doesn't have a pi button.
I have no idea what's going on. But it's far enough out of the decimal places that I don't think it'll be a problem for rounding error, okay? How do I get the r squared alone? I have 27 point this stuff multiplied by r squared, so how do I get r squared alone? What? How do I do it, Sophie? Divide both sides. Divide by 27.213. So r squared is going to equal
310.
310.619 and a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to write them all down. But I'm not going to clear my calculator.
79?
Do I want r squared?
No.
What do I want? So if I have r squared and I want r, what do I need to do?
Divided by 310.615.
Divide by what?
310.629.
You have to square root it.
I have to square root it. Guys, remember with the Pythagorean theorem, if we have a square and we need the thing not squared, we take the square root, right? Thank you, Marcel and Katana, for restoring my faith. So, take the square root. If I take the square root of r squared, what's the square root of r squared? R.
What?
If I take the square root of one side, I have to take the square root of another. So take the square root of this 310 number, and it ends up being 17.62. Can I round now?
Yeah.
Inches. Yep, I can round now because I'm done. So this radius is 17.62 inches. Are these going to be beautiful, pretty numbers today?
No.
No, they're really not. But you're going to need to use a calculator today. Yeah. Should we do a cylinder?
Yes,
Do a
please.
sphere.
Wait, we will.
Not some kind
We will do a sphere. But we're going to do a cylinder first. Do you want me to do, okay, here's a question for you. Do you want me to do, oh, this is a terrible drawing. I need to fix that. Do you want me to do the height and the radius on a cylinder or just one or the other?
Just the radius.
Just the radius? Okay, so the height equals, give me a number.
8.
Oh, so we're finding the height. And we
Yeah.
know, oh, let's do this.
10.
That is
10.
16. And the volume is equal to
610.
924. Braddock, he's trying to get me to do your assignment for you, and I'm smarter than that.
No, I didn't say 145 that time. I said 910.
It's 924. It's fine. So, what is the formula? So you write down the formula, right? So, Sophie, what is the formula for the volume of a cylinder?
Volume equals pi r squared.
Pi r squared h, okay? All right, what's the volume?
Volume.
Oh, this is inches. So what's the volume on this thing?
24.
So 924 equals pi, which is 3.14. What's the radius?
8.
8. One of you, on your assignment, when you were given the radius, you kept dividing it in half. Don't do that. Only divide it in half if I give you the diameter and you're trying to find the radius. But make sure you know whether you have the diameter or radius because they vary. So the radius is 8 and I'm going to square it and then I don't know the height. Okay? So 924. Who can math that for me? What's 3.14 times 8 squared?
Wait, don't you just like find those
Two
two
hundred
numbers?
point 96.
No, wait, sorry, AJ, what was your question?
You just put like the 3.4 times the radius, and then you divide it by the sum.
We've got to figure out what this number is before we know what to divide by.
200.96.
What is it?
200.96.
200.96 times h. That's what I'm dividing by is 200.96. So now I know I need to divide by 200.96. Those cancel. I love doing that. And then this is divided by 200.96. I can't do that math in my head. What's 924 divided by 200.96? Braddock.
It says 4.59.
4.59 what? I started with inches, so it's inches. So my height is 4.59 inches.
Cubed?
Nope, because it's just the height, so you're just measuring it. Area is squared, volume is cubed. Length is just inches.
So what if you have a huge decimal? You just break it down to the 2 decimals.
Bring it down to 2 decimal places. At the end. Do not ever round in the middle of the problem, or you're going to have the problem Carson had, where he was just way off because he was rounding in the middle of the problem. Okay, and it's going to be a thing that's going to happen again. Okay, should we do a sphere?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a sphere. Okay, so I have a sphere here. That rhymes. That makes me happy.
Yay, Mr. Brando rhymes today.
I don't know the radius, but I do know that the volume equals
87.
87.65 cubic centimeters.
87 is not on the assignment.
I know. I'm still not gonna. I'm still.
Okay.
So, what is Max? What's the formula for the volume of a sphere?
It's 4 divided by 3, or 4 over 3, pi r squared, r cubed.
R cubed. Okay. So this time I know the volume. So I have 8,765 equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay. So I'm going to do 4/3 times pi. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I don't want to deal with that 0.33333. I'm just going to, because we're divided by 3, I'm just going to hurry up and multiply both sides by 3 and get rid of that 3. Are you guys cool with that?
Sure.
When I divide by 3, that's when I get that 1/3. I don't want the 1/3. So the opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm just getting rid of that 3 real quick.
So you're
'Cause I don't-
times 4 by 3 and
I'm multiplying 4/3 times 3, and I'm multiplying 8. I mean, I could just multiply it all out and divide by whatever. Actually, probably better, because I don't want to confuse you guys. But that's a trick if you don't feel like dealing with those decimals. Okay. But I probably need to be really consistent. So 4 divided by 3. Enter. So I should have 1.333 onto infinity. Brad, I'm curious on your calculator. Do 4 divided by 3. What does it give you?
Divided by 3. It gives me 1/3.
Oh, like in a fraction?
No,
Yeah.
just 1.3.
Onto infinity?
Yeah.
Okay, no weird numbers. Okay. Times by pi, which is 3.14. So I end up with 8,765 equals 4.186, and then the 6 goes on to infinity times the radius cubed.
Oh,
Okay?
that's it?
No. I need to solve for radius. I've got this radius stuck to 4.186. So what do I need to divide both sides by
that
to
is
get?
weird. That is really weird. The last 3 decimals on that is the last 3 decimals on the second one.
Well, we're multiplying things by 4/3 times pi, so that's going to happen all over the place.
Yeah.
So 4/3 times pi is going to be 4.186. So whenever you have a sphere, that's what you're going to be dividing by, actually. So divide both sides by 4.186. And when you put it in your calculator, make sure that 6 goes on forever. Divide by 4.186. So my radius cubed equals 8765. Equals 2093.55, and there's more decimal places. Do I want the cubic radius? Do I want radius cubed? What do I want?
Radius normally.
The radius normal. What do I need to do?
You need to
Divide that by
square
4.
root
I
it.
am not dividing anything.
Cube
I'm
root.
not square rooting it. Say it loud, Marcel.
Cube root.
We're cubed rooting this. Do you guys remember when we did cubed roots a while ago? Well, here we are using them, okay? So I take the cubed root. So the little blue calculators will not work on this assignment, okay? So, cubed root on this calculator is right there. If you need help entering in a cubed root on your calculator, I can help you. So the radius is 12.79 centimeters. Okay, it's a short assignment, but there are some steps to these. Do I want you to show all your work?
Yes.
Yes, every speck of it, okay? If you don't show your work, it's half off. I actually might on some of these. I'll just go ahead and turn this off. Bye.